Person has a chest infection and you get some medication of an antibiotic. And when you get an antibiotic, they give you instructions. Sometimes it's like take twice a day. Sometimes it's only take once a day. What happens to medication is your body absorbs and uses some of it up. But it doesn't use it all up. This is why they can test for steroids in the Olympics. Like, it's not like you can take steroids, get 100%, go do what you need to do, and then an hour later it's gone. There's no trace of it left. Unfortunately, your body gets rid of it as a percentage over a certain amount of time. But because it gets rid of it as a percentage, there's always a trace of it left. Eventually that trace is next to nothing, so it's no longer affecting you, but there's always a trace of it left. And that's what's happening here, that you take a pill, and I'm going to make a chart here to explain this. And the chart's going to have amount in body amount in the body after you take the pill. So you take your first pill, you immediately have 500 milligrams in your body, right? Now, just before, and I'm going to say, if you follow the instructions, which might be twice a day, or it might be every 4 hours or every 8 hours, this drug, 85% is used up by your body, and 15% of the drug remains. So that means if I take 500 and say 15% is left and multiply it by 0.15, I have only 75 left in my body right before the next pill. But then, according to the instructions, I take another 500, take another pill. Does it make sense that round 2, you now have a little bit more in your body? You have 575. And you take that pill, and then right before you take your next pill, well, that only 15% of that gets left. Which if I take 575 and multiply it by 0.15, now I have 86.25 left in my body. And I take another pill. You notice that the amount in your body is going up. Slowly. Isn't that confusing? So you had a 500 pill. Most of it got used up, but there was still 75 milligrams left in your body. Then when you take your next pill, you're at 575.
So was 500 turn 1?
We're gonna get to that in a second. So after 1 tablet, you had 500. 2 tablets. Hey, we just figured out part A. Part A would be 586 milligrams about. And then only 15% of that is left. So we times that 586.25 times by 0.15. And there'd be 87.9375. Wow. Now we could continue this chart to get to term 10. But I want to show you something interesting that's happening in the background. If we start with 500, and another way that we could get to 575 would be 500 plus 75. And that's with an R value. We're multiplying our R value is equal to 0.15. If I multiply by 0.15 again, if it's geometric, I'd have to multiply the 75 by 0.15. I get 11.25. Can you see that if you added up the 500, the 75, and the 11.25, you get the 586.25. So if we want to find the sum of the first 10, our first one was 500. Our R value is 0.15 to the 10 over 1 minus 10. And I can type this into my calculator all at once. And I push enter. Whoops. Something went wrong. Oh. Bracket 1 minus I know what I did wrong. 10, right? The bottom is supposed to be 1 minus R, and I did 1 minus N. So the bottom should be 1 minus 0.15. 588.24, and they've rounded it in yours to 588. 235. You can circle question number 12. The bracket.